Greetings, sunshines and sunnies. It is I, Queen J Lotus, King Sunkiss, coming at y'all right quick, right fast, maybe, for the December Sagittarius New Moon in Scorpio reads. Yes, honey, yes, you read the title correctly and you heard me correctly. This is specifically for Sagittarius born in December, okay? It ain't on me, child. You know what they say when you make plans and God got something else going? So, that's what's happening here. I was gonna do the whole thing. Spirit said nah. Spirit said no November babies, not even the November Scorpios, child. So don't feel bad, all right? Because don't feel bad, don't feel alone if you're a November Sag, because the November Scorpios, they not getting no new moon reading either. The Geminis ain't getting no new moon reading either. The Tauruses either. Honey, if Spirit allows, I'll post their reasons why. But child, that's what it is. I got to be obedient. So, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into the specificities of these cards. So, like I said, we focusing in on y'all. December baby Sagittarius. All right. As some may call y'all Sagittarius. So, let's cook up what we got you, okay? Okay. Now, y'all's first two cards. You got loser in reverse and cheating right side up. It's from the Neon Love Oracle. All right, so the loser in reverse, that card right side up reads, I forgot my wallet, with a nervous face. So it's in reverse. Let me tell you what's going on here. Spirit is saying that basically y'all are equating y'all's sense of winning and losing with money. So a lot of you have probably come into a lot of money, or you have a good job and you make a lot of money. It's given that for a lot of you, this is like a long time coming. You've been working whatever job, whatever it is that you do for money, or whatever that stream of income is. A lot of you have had it for a good little minute, or you've been in that field for a good little minute and it's been going well. You've been materializing the monies, you've been materializing the materials and all of that thing. But the reason why this is in reverse is because there's this feeling that even though y'all keep materializing and materializing and materializing and you're making money and you are getting a lot of the things that you sought after, you are accomplishing a lot of the concrete goals that you set, but you're still not experiencing the fulfillment. You're still feeling like a loser in some type of way, even though you've materialized a lot of the things that you said and thought would make you a winner, or at least would make you feel like a winner. And so a part of this is because, and it's going to segue us into the cheating card, but this is because y'all have been cheating y'all self. Spirit is saying that y'all have been getting several messages for a long ass time about not putting all your eggs in one basket as it concerns putting all of your energy, efforts, and work into superficiality. Just work, 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 get the bag, get the bag, get the bag, get the material, get the material, get the material. And Spirit has been telling y'all over and over and over and over and over again. Circumstances have been showing y'all over and over and over and over again. And Spirit is saying, how many friends do you have to lose? How many good relationships do you have to neglect to the point of pushing people away, or like you're lashing out at people because you're sleep deprived, you're mistreating people because you're sleep deprived, and things of that nature. And I cannot lie to y'all, there is also a frequency of substance abuse that I'm picking up for some of y'all. 444, as I said that. And so that's what's also coming up. It's like Spirit is getting very frustrated with y'all. And this may also explain too, I mean, amongst some of what I already know about the wise, on why they said no video for the Sagittarius of November. And it's because Spirit keeps feeling like they're talking to a brick wall, because they keep telling you and showing you in so many different ways that just making this money and materializing stuff is not enough. And they're trying to figure out, what is it going to take for you? Like, what is it seriously going to take for you to snap into a Slim Jim and stop running from your soul, stop running from your heart space? So that segues us perfectly to the cheating card. In simple terms, it is coming straight up that if you are in a committed relationship, or you're in any type of relationship where there are expectations, standards, things of that nature, it's not going how you think it's going. And for some of you, you know good and well you cheating in your relationship. You know good and well you're not doing everything that you're supposed to be doing in your relationship. And for some of you, it's not straight up cheating like with someone else, like you go and fuck on somebody else or anything like that. For some of you, you are like using your work to avoid the responsibilities of the relationship, which is a form of cheating. For some of you, you're performing through what you feel like you're supposed to do in the relationship, and that's not, you don't even have a clear view or understanding if that's truly the relationship that you want to be in. You're just there because you feel like it looks good, and you know people see you in this relationship or with this particular type of person. It's given like y'all have been very fixated on what on other people seeing you have what you have and not even on your right track. Y'all have been doing a whole bunch of moves, all the right moves in all the wrong places. So yeah, you're going down. You don't feel fulfilled by a lot of the things that you've materialized because you didn't materialize it. You didn't go after it simply because that's what you wanted to do. You went after it because you wanted other people to see you have these specific things, or because you felt like that's how other people expected you to be. That's what other people expected you to have. That's what other people expected you to do. So you puppeteered yourself through these hoops for this perspective and like imagery of other people. And that is showing up in your relationships in a multitude of different ways, be it you being the cheater one way or another. Even if this is not a romantic or sexual relationship at all, it can also be infidelity, betrayals, type of cheating frequency in your friendships as well, where you're not upholding your end in the friendships. And what I'm picking up on as we I would go in order, but Spirit is telling me to, like, in the way that the messages are coming out, we're segueing over to the card that is, if you look at the image to the furthest left, is the card at the very bottom right hand corner. But that same card, you can hardly see it in that picture, is the card furthest to the right on the screen. The blue card from the Rebel Oracle deck, it reads, "Don't believe every shitty thought you have." And this is coming from a place of, be it deep down or on the surface, a lot of you know that you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. You know that you're not being self-fulfilling, being self-loving. You know you're not being intimate with yourself. You know that you are not only neglecting yourself, but you've been betraying the fuck out of yourself on a soul level. And so there's this frequency of paranoia because you know that to some degree you haven't been trustworthy with yourself. So you're expecting other people to not be trustworthy to you. And so amongst that, be it, whichever side that you're on, there is this cyclical repetition of the frequency of betrayal. And it's given like, I'm going to get you before you get me. So you're either attracting people who have that type of functionality of, I'm going to get you before you get me, and or you're being that type of person. And this is because you're neglecting yourself. And it's also for those of you that are dealing with substance abuse, things of that nature, the substance is warping your perspective of what's going on. And I'm also hearing keeping you stuck in the past. So that segues us also to the card that is right next to that card, to the left of it, which is balance, spirituality, and practicality, which is the full moon in Pisces. And Pisces is the dueling twins energy, two fish swimming together in different directions. This card is reflective of your relationship with yourself, be it whereas your soul is in one place, but your human self, your actual like active self, has been doing the exact opposite. It's like you've been being a contrarian to your soul. Everything your soul tell you to do, you do the opposite. Everything your heart tell you to do, you do the opposite. Everything your higher self tell you to do, you do the opposite. Your intuition tell you to do something and you do the opposite. You're being a contrarian to yourself, and therefore attracting contrarians and or being a contrarian to people who may actually be a part of your soul tribe. So y'all are drastically needing a purge. Y'all are needing to purge very deeply. There's a deep, intense process of elimination that needs to happen so that y'all can get back to a clear view of yourself. For some of you, you haven't truly had the opportunity to have a clear view of yourself, because I'm not gonna lie, I might put a trigger warning I might have to put trigger warnings on all my readings, but all of that to say, I am picking up that for some of you, it's like you never had a chance to really see yourself ever in life because someone violated you at a very, very, very young age, and this caused corruption, like a type of split personality type thing. This may have evoked some type of like dissociative identity disorder, maybe even evoked a bipolar disorder gene, and perhaps even like PTSD that's been ongoing for a very, very, very long time. And so you all may definitely need to seek the professional help of therapists, specifically those that do like hypnotherapy that can help you 2, 3, 4 on the clock as I say this, but that can help you hypnotically, if that's the word, go back in time type shit in your memory bank to recall the depths of not only what happened, but also who you are and who you were before that happened, which gets you to the core and the truth of who you actually are when you're not trauma responding, because your trauma responses are not you. And that's like a lot of what this reading is saying, that y'all's lifestyle, the way that y'all live y'all lives, has become a trauma response. Y'all have been stuck in this habit of living your life as a trauma response. A lot of your morals, values, standards, and requirements and things of that nature for yourself and other people are actually trauma responses. They're not actually core values. So that makes a hell of a lot of sense why amongst the other cards that came out for the November Sags that were telling me why not do that video. It's making sense why Spirit wanted y'all's video to be done and put out, because they're thoroughly acknowledging that y'all haven't really had a real chance. A lot of you haven't had a real chance to know who you are because adults in your life corrupted that when you were very, 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 very young. So this is Spirit giving y'all like a once in a lifetime opportunity to stop the fucking madness. Because like, I can't lie to you, like as much as Spirit is being compassionate and graceful with y'all, and like God's grace is real. Like, they're taking the extra mile for y'all because, like I said, they're acknowledging that y'all haven't really had a chance, but at the same time, they're emphasizing that they've given you several gut-wrenching opportunities and face-first, like, showings and tellings of what it is, who you could be, what you need to be doing, and all of this other stuff, but you've been stuck in this contrarian trauma responding. So going over to, you need a big fucking hug, honey. I believe that is self-explanatory. You need a big fucking hug. And this perfectly merges with the card that is next to it that says, it will lie to your face. It's in reverse. The other side of that card says, fuck fear. So that's fuck fear, it will lie to your face. This card is in reverse, which means y'all don't need to be in a space of fuck fear right now. And I know that sounds out of Sagittarius nature, right? Because Sagittarius is the daredevil of the zodiac, even when it comes to the fire signs in itself. The fire signs are all, symbolic. The fire signs are all symbolic of liberation, but they're all different forms of liberation. And when it comes to Sagittarius specifically, it's daredevil energy, right? So being very daredevilish, willing to take risk, willing to take leaps of faith, willing to do almost anything at the drop of a hat. And this can also be like kind of dangerous because it can facilitate an addiction to thrill seeking, an addiction to the adrenaline rush and things of that nature. So a lot of you may be realizing that this thrill seeking nature, like the excessive spontaneity that you all tend to function in, you're starting to realize that the excessiveness of that has been having a terrible effect on your nervous system and on your mental, emotional, and spiritual health. But all at the same time, you've been very rejecting to real love, real affection, good advice. You've been rejecting to a lot of the things that, in a higher sense, you truly deserve. Like, and you should feel like you deserve, okay? You should feel like you deserve true love. But a lot of you are stuck in this glutton for punishment energy, feeling like it has to hurt. It has to be standoffish. It has to be separate. It has to be distance. I'm hearing like fucking go. Ain't hardly no foreplay. Ain't hardly no aftercare to it. It's very fucking go. Very your mate try to give you like spontaneous hugs, kisses, affection, and you push them away. Your mate may ask you take them out, take them on a date sometimes or whatever, but you constantly commit to just doing in-house stuff. You sit in the house and watch a movie, sit in the house and have dinner, or just the same old. And it's not necessarily that anything is wrong with that, but it's neglectful, and you're rejecting intimacy. You're rejecting true intimacy, true romance, true love, true affection, and these things are healing. So you're putting yourself through the ringer of just work, and it's not even like a slave. It's more like a robot. Y'all have yourselves in this robotic type of functionality. So it's like you're in a free prison. It's like you're forever living like you're on probation. So it's like, no, you're not in the actual prison, but you walking around like you can't hardly have fun. You can't hardly be in this place because some might pop off and you gotta da. Like, you're constantly waiting for somebody to lock you up and punish you or violate you and things of that nature. And so you're living in this way like, I have to move exactly specifically like this. I have to keep my routine exactly specifically like that. I got to keep my relationship dynamics exactly specifically in this way so that I make sure there is never a reason for anyone to punish me. But you don't realize that you're punishing yourself living like that. And so a reason why the fuck fear, it will lie to your face card is in reverse is because Spirit is doing amongst, how you're already using your own free will and the way that it is, facilitating what it's facilitating. We done already talked about it. But also Spirit is allowing this and is also like catching your flash, like they're responding according to what you keep doing, because they keep telling you, they have been telling you over and over and over again, the different things that you need to be doing and implementing and all of that. They've been telling you. And so they've been seeing you commit to just doing it how you want to do it, doing what you think you want to do, what everybody else expects you to do. So now Spirit has just said, okay, well, bet. I'm gonna just catch your flash. I'm gonna let you run the show. So you want to run your life in the ground. You want to live like a prisoner. I'm gonna help you do that. And let's see how that works out for you. And so that being said, you scaring the fuck out of yourself, and spirit is up in that ante for the sake of. So this is what spirit is saying, how they want me to say it. You've been communicating to the universe, to yourself, to spirit, and through your spirit and to other people, that in order for you to live your life right, you have to be frightened into doing so. That you need fear to lead you in order to be a good, upstanding person. And so spirit is on some shit where, okay, you need fear to scare you straight. Well, bet. I'm going to frighten the fuck out of you in a way that you can't even frighten yourself, which is crazy for a Sagittarius, right? Y'all in some dangerous territory here, I can't lie. But like I said, spirit is saying, okay, in order for you to do what you're supposed to do, you need to be frightened into it. I got you. Bet that up, pimp. I'm finna frighten the fuck out of you. I'm finna scare the dog shit out of you. I'm finna put you through circumstances and or a circumstance that will, beyond a shadow of a doubt, frighten the dog shit out of you. And let's see if that'll get you to listen to me now. Let's see if that'll get you to listen to your own soul, your higher self now. Since you need to be frightened into doing everything that you need to do, let's horrific it up, goddamn. Here's Johnny. Like, you know? And so, as a call to action, I do sense an inevitable tower moment. A part of me feel like that's not the appropriate term. Spirit is saying train wreck. So, with that being said, there's a message coming through about, and this is that daredevil energy. It's like y'all's daredevil energy has been totally misdirected. So you're in the habit of staying on the train, knowing that it's about to wreck, and you're going to stay for the thrill of it and to be able to say that, oh, you knew it was going to crash. It did. And this is what you saw and learned, and this is how you survived. And then for others of you, you're way too comfortable on train wrecks. You're way too comfortable in dangerous situations. And that is communicating to the universe that you don't care about your life. You don't value the quality of your life, let alone having a life at all. And so, again, that's why a major train wreck is subject to happen for a lot of you all. The spirit is saying sooner than later. And the call to action that y'all are getting is to work on healing your sacral chakra. Work on healing your sacral chakra and work on educating yourself on the understanding of the balance of love and money as it concerns your heart chakra. Okay? Spirit told me to stop there. So, once again, I gotta be obedient. So, I believe it's about that time where I remind y'all, you give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day. You teach a man a fish, he'll eat for a lifetime. Y'all go fishing, baby. And with all that being said, Charlie, if I do say so myself, honey, I have milked this cow dry. And I am thoroughly appreciative for the exchange of vibes. And if you're feeling synchronized, please do me a divine design and like, share, and subscribe so that you can be one of the first to be back through these queenlet quarters for the next time. And be sure to bless that comment section with your questions and conversations. And as always, I bid you in all ways like love, healing, and liberation. Emphasis on liberation. Mwah.